Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel, Crystal Reiki Healing and Wellness. Today I have a mother and daughter who would like to share their experience with their treatment at Crystal Reiki Healing and Wellness. And by the way, the daughter, this is her second time getting a treatment. She shared a testimony or review a couple of weeks ago. Mrs. Letisa McAllister. Welcome back again.
Hello.
Alright. So, you was here about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and you gave a review on your treatment. And you're back today, and you brought your mother with you. Could you explain why did you bring your mother to get her treatment today?
I brought my mother because when I left, it's almost, well, I wanted everyone to experience the benefits of what I had.
Okay.
And which was pretty much, like I said in my testimony before, I felt like weights were lifted. I felt like, I was clear to think, and able to focus more and felt energetic. And so for my mom, I wanted that for her.
Okay. All right. So I'll let you have the honors of introducing your mother.
Okay, this is Denise Gaither, and she can tell you, I'm sure, that she had a lot to say about her healing, so
All right.
let her tell it.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you. This has been one of the most gratifying experiences I have ever felt in my lifetime. It did seem to lift some weights off. It just put you in a place of peace, comfort, all the positives that life would have to offer. It was the session was unexplainable. Really, you just really cannot fully explain it because it's so beautiful. It's just a wonderful experience, and I would ask anyone to just try it. Just try it. You'll like it.
Right. So this is your first time ever getting a Reiki treatment?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
I want her to tell what she was telling me, her experience of what she was feeling during that session.
Yes, please do.
I was feeling like I was flying on wings. When I was young, I used to dream about flying in the air. I fly over mountains, and it was a beautiful experience. But as I got older, those dreams stopped. But that's where I was, lying here with you doing what you do. Put me right back in that state. It was just a beautiful place to be. I felt elevated. I felt like I was lifted, like I was in those dreams.
Wow.
That was the word that I used last week, elevated.
Yes, yes, you did.
It's-
Yes. Yeah, you just say feel like I was elevated.
Yes.
Yes.
Could you tell her, or what about the eagle you were saying? And
Yes. When I kind of heard you when you was talking to your daughter when I was straightening the room up for her to come in and get her session, I heard you say like it seemed like you were flying over mountains and stuff, and I laughed, I chuckled because what we are not aware of is we're connected to every single thing on this planet. And I have set up here in this healing room. I have coming from the east, I had the great Congo eagles. You see it over there on the floor? That's the great Congo eagle. And so we invite the Congo eagle to teach us its characteristics, how to fly above the storm, how to fly wingtip to wingtip, how to give you the vision to see your destiny, because an eagle could be 90 miles up in the sky. He could see something almost like a penny on the ground. And so those are the things that we are inviting the eagle characteristics to learn their characteristics. So when you were saying that, that's what I thought about. But also deeper than that it's like what happened was during your treatment, you was able to go back to your dream as a child and rekindle that desire, oh my God, it's like can't hardly get it out, but you know, it take you back to where your comfort zone was at.
Well, you know what I was hearing during my session, that I was getting back to my original state, way of thinking, and wanted me to, and was saying to clear my mind out
Yes.
of the clutter.
Yes.
And try not to focus on the everyday life things. Gotta do this, gotta do that,
Right.
gotta do this.
Right.
I said, drop it and stop it.
And stop it. That's right.
And so that's what I was hearing. So when you were just telling her about, when she got back in touch with that dream, I think it's getting us back in balance
Yes.
with we should be in our original state.
That's correct. That's correct. Because we tend to allow so much distraction, whereas there's 5 principles of the Reiki. If everyone can just focus on these 5 principles, because one of the principles is just for the day, I will not worry. Just for the day, I will not be angry. Just for the day, I will work honestly. Just for the day, I give thanks for all my many blessings. Just for the day, I'll be kind to my neighbor and every living thing. Those 5 principles covers every aspect of everything that you can ever come across in life. Because when it comes up, all you gotta do is reflect back on one of those principles, and you calm yourself down.
And that's another thing. It's like today's world has gotten to a place. It's a lot of good going on, but the words kindness, compassion seem to be leading us, escaping
Yes.
most folk.
Right.
And what I do on a daily basis in the morning, I really have to look at the trees. I see the trees are outside of my window. I focus on those trees, and it just brings you back to the original principles of life.
Right.
Because all these things are created
Right.
through the power.
Right.
And the trees are the foundations of what's going on
Right.
this thing called Earth.
Right. Yes.
And if we embrace that, then for the most part, everything else
Right.
seems to fall into
Yes.
place.
Yes. That's a nice therapy too. Focus up on the trees in the morning. And another good thing about trees, remember I told you about you need to ground yourself on the ground, every day for 15, 30 minutes or so. But even just going to the tree, back in the day you used to hear something about hug a tree. Well, that wasn't far-fetched, because when you hug a tree, believe it or not, you're absorbing that energy from the earth. You can just walk out to the tree and just grab and shake, almost like shaking the hands of the tree limb. Just hold it in your hand. That by itself stimulates parts of your body, because you're made from the earth. And so when you grab that tree limb, you are stimulating your body with that negative neuron energy that's being absorbed from the earth. So that's real good.
And that 15 minutes that you spoke of, I do that on a daily basis. I've been doing that for the past almost 50 years now. I give thanks. The attitude of gratitude is
Right.
what we should be starting off with.
That's correct.
I call it the breakfast of champions.
Yes.
I don't speak to anybody. The phone can ring off the hook.
Yes.
Breakfast is the first thing that must be done.
Right.
Otherwise, my whole day is
Right.
off.
Right.
How
Right.
did you feel when you first come in? When you first got here, how did you feel?
When I first came in, I just felt a place of total peaceful. I mean, it was just.
When we were riding up here, before you got your treatment,
Before you got here,
What do you mean? I'm not understanding the question.
physically, mentally, how were you?
I was excited. I was I was just really excited to. because I hadn't experienced it, so it was just something new that I was looking forward to.
Right.
I was jumping up and down inside because I was really excited about. It's a new thing, you
Right.
know. You all get excited about
Right.
new things,
Right.
and that's where I was. I was very excited.
Right.
So
But
then after your treatment,
Oh, it's way down. I am so much calmer. It's like I was all the way up to the tens. Now I've come all the way down to 1. The excitement was at 10, and now I'm down to the relaxation mode, and that's 1.
right, and you were saying that you feel like weights and stuff was lifted off you.
Yes. It just, you could feel the energy just flowing through my body as you were doing whatever it was you were doing.
Right.
Because I kept my eyes closed.
Right.
So that I could focus on what you were doing.
Now I know at the beginning you said something. You felt sensation going through your legs, your feet, or whatever.
Yes, I definitely felt in the beginning. I felt it in my feet, but I didn't want to speak about it while I was
Right.
going through it because it just felt you could just feel it all the way through your body from head to toe, and you felt something, the energy,
Right. Yes.
I guess you would call it.
Right. And then you also, prior to get here yesterday or later on earlier this week, you did have some you wasn't feeling too well in your body too, wasn't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was having a couple of really off days. I'd used up a lot of energy trying to focus on a situation that required my total focus and attention, and I did more talking during the past 2 weeks than I've done in over a year because I don't. Sometimes I go for days without speaking to anyone on the phone other than my mom. I call her every day just to check on her. Other than that, days go by without me speaking to anyone. But for the past couple of weeks, I've had a test that had to be taken care of.
Right.
And because I was focused on that test, it drained a lot out of me because I had to utilize a lot of energy in order to get it
Okay.
done.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and like I told you, I said, even though this session is over, it's going to last a few days. That energy is working on some things that's in your body. It's aligning some things in your body, and you were the first person that I ever had to clip a cord off the heel. It's like a cord was attached to your heel. It's, in other words, it's not uncommon because it used to be attached to your chakras, but you had a baggage, whatever it is on the other end, because it wasn't in here. So wherever it was, we was walking around dragging that as part of your emotions.
Yes, and because during the session, I don't know if you noticed it, I wasn't trying to cry. Tears just rolled
That's normal.
out of my eyes.
Yes.
that's what
Yes.
happened with me.
Yes. Yes.
It just rolled out of my eyes. I wasn't even focused on crying
Right.
or laughing or anything. And then I felt myself with big smiles on my face when I felt myself floating, flying.
Right.
And my face began to smile.
Right. That's correct,
That's
because
the same thing happened
you was
with me.
releasing emotional energy that was trapped inside your body. And see, what happens is the different illness that we sometimes see that shows up in our body is as a result of those emotional energy that been suppressed inside of us. And we think we're okay. No, you're not, because those energies, those thoughts and those emotions are energies that's going to be trapped in your body unless you know how to release them. And it's not just a thing, I let that go, I forget about it. No, it's still there. And it's going to show up in your body. Yes.
Yes.
So, once again, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to be of service to you.
And we thank you because you have really done a great job. There's no words to really explain it, but we just thank you so much for your healing power.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And Miss McAllister, you got a treatment today too. And so you have anything additional you want to share concerning your treatment?
Well, like I was saying, I came in thinking about, I got to do this, I got to do that. And then one thing about when you began my treatment, and this time you had me lying on my stomach, face
Correct.
down. and I felt like it was almost a little bit challenging for me to not want to be in control. Because before I was able to tell myself submit to the healing session, the treatment, but lying on my stomach, it was a little bit more challenging for whatever reason. And so my mind was thinking about 10 things I need to be doing or I need to get done with today being Sunday and a short day.
Right.
But then at some point during my treatment, I felt something in my feet. And then I think you were doing something about around my head. And then that's when it almost felt like, things start to clear. So for me, that's what I needed today.
Yeah, because basically what I did to you today was while I was working on your chakras from the back end of your back, I also went ahead on and cleanse and align your chakras. So in that process, it's more like trimming a bush, like trimming the hedges around your house. But at the same time, you also had cords, and that's normally is cords that's attached to your chakras, and got baggages on the other end. I mean, the cords, none of the ends of the cords was in this building. So wherever they were at, whatever type issues you may have had in the past, or even what you're dealing with now, relationships, those are all cords that were still attached to you. So what I did, I was clipping them. It's called psychic surgery, is what it's called. In other words, I'm trimming the hedges and cutting the cords that's still attached to you. So that's what I did. And then more likely what happened when I clipped it, that's when you start clearing up. Because people is unaware that you've never been told that.
No.
But that's another side of everything of what you've not been told. You've heard people talking about people walk around in baggages, right? Well, those baggages are true. That's not far-fetched. It's called emotional baggage. Yeah.
So do I need to get clipped again?
Well, on the front end, yes. On the front end, I went ahead and did the back today. So the next time you come, I'll trim the front side of the chakras up. So today I did work on the back. Now, what was unusual today on your mother, this is the first time I ever scanned somebody's aura and felt like I was rubbing my hand across concrete. And so that's why I took the initiative to go ahead and go beyond what I would normally do in your first visit.
Wow, what does that mean, of concrete? What does that mean?
In other words, there was not a free flow of energy in your aura. That's not good at all.
Exactly.
And so I went head on and I worked on your front chakras. I trimmed those, and then I had you turn on your stomach, and I worked on your the chakra from the back, and I also went ahead and trimmed those cords and stuff. And when I looked down at your feet while you was on your back, and I said, whoa, I never seen no cord, attached to somebody's heel. That's my first time,
Wow.
So I don't know if you felt when I went to your heel that
Yes.
I was clipping that cord that I saw that was attached to your heel.
Praise.
Yeah.
Praise.
Yes. Yes.
Woo.
Yeah.
So what kind of things can we expect from having that type of service done?
Well, basically, it's a more free flow of energy. Because see, what happens is, your energy can't flow through your oral system in your body the way it should flow when you have all those different things attached to you. And that's how come sometimes you feel heavier than usual. And you find, why I feel so heavy. And then when you get the treatment, you be, oh man, I feel so light. That's the common denominator with everyone that gets a treatment. They feel whole much more lighter. And I said I was going to do an investigation. I was actually going to buy a scale and have people to start weighing in, and then weigh out once they finish to see if it shows up inside the weight. Because if you understand, energy is mass, it has weight.
Yes.
Okay, so when a person dies, you can confirm that. I confirmed it with someone that works in a funeral home. When a person dies, they lose anyway. Their body will lose anywhere between 20 to 35 pounds. Why? Because the life force energy is going out of it. So if we're dealing with energy and emotional energy that's trapped inside your body, and energy has a weight mass to it, then I'm thinking that it probably will show up inside your weight when you weigh on the scale.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Makes
So
sense.
I'm going to do that and
I'd like to do that.
start checking that out,
Yes.
and see what I find.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because everything is energy. Everything you look at is energy. This
Exactly.
table, everything is energy, and it has what? Weight.
Mass. That's right.
It has weight.
Wait. That's
Yeah.
right.
It's just a different form of energy, but guess what? It's energy.
Well, I tell you, I sometimes, like I said, when I see the trees, when I'm actually outside looking at the trees, sometimes you can see the energy. It's little beams, just, and it's gazillions of them. It's
Right.
like sparkles.
Right.
Somebody has some sparkles
Right.
throughout in the air.
Right.
And I've seen them. The little sparkles that just sparkle and they just flow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yes. This has been a great review. I really appreciate you all taking this little time, because y'all gotta get back on the road and head back home because y'all
Thank
from out
you.
of
It's
town.
well
So
worth it.
Yeah,
I
no.
appreciate you.
yes, but
Yeah.
thank you for taking this time to share this information.
Yeah.
You know, because this is new to a lot of people, yet it's ancient. This is what our ancestors knew of, and this is what the system of society has pushed under the rug. You know, to keep that knowledge away from you.
Come on.
But
Tell
you
me.
have the ability to heal yourself.
Yes.
You know, and
The
and it-
mind is a terrible thing to waste, as they say.
Yeah.
Because it's like a cheerful heart is good medicine.
It's good
for
medicine.
for the body, for the
Yes.
soul.
Yes.
But doctors want to feed you more drugs,
Right.
more and more drugs.
Right.
I don't buy into that, because I know it's got to be a better way. It's
Right.
got to be a better
yes,
way.
yes.
Well,
Yes.
thank you. I feel like you're giving, one at a time, everybody new beginnings and new life.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thanks is not even enough.
That's
Thanks
fine.
is just not a big enough word for me to say to you.
Okay.
There are no words to express this feeling of happiness I
Okay.
just experienced being here today.
Thank you.
Woo! And I'll carry it with me. Thank
All
you,
right.
thank you,
All
thank
right.
you, thank you.
All right. And once again, I thank you all for tuning into Crystal Reiki Healing and Wellness YouTube channel. As you listened, just heard from a mother and daughter who gave their review concerning their treatment. And so stay tuned and subscribe and be notified, of the different things that we upload to this channel. And check us out on our website at crystalreikihw.net. That's CRYSTALREIKIHW.net. And check us out and give us a call, get in contact with us, and we'll be glad to give you services based upon what your needs are. Thank you once again for tuning in. See you next time.